What is a slave of righteousness? Well, I would ask you, what is a slave of sin? Remember your life in Adam? The Bible tells us that you were addicted to sin. You were living in sin. You found your life in the flesh and in the world and in Adam. And that was your identity. But when you believed in the gospel, God did something radical for you. He caused you to be crucified, buried, and raised to newness of life. And in that process, which was very much like a heart surgery or a DNA swap, you became a slave of righteousness. What does that mean? Well, just as you were addicted to sin, now you're addicted to Jesus. I like to say you're allergic to sin now, and you're addicted to righteousness. That's what it means to be harnessed and connected and fused to the righteousness of God. Paul even goes so far as to say that you have become the righteousness of God. That means you can't get away from it. Sin will never satisfy. You can be righteous and miserable. You can be forgiven and miserable. If you keep on choosing sin, it will never make you happy. Why not? Because you've got a new default setting at the very core of your being. You're addicted to righteousness and allergic to sin, and only Jesus will satisfy. That's what it means to have a new nature, to be a child of God, to be a partaker of God's divine nature, to be born of the Spirit. After all, if the Holy Spirit gave birth to you, what do you look like? If we were to open you up on a spiritual operating table, what would we see? I'll tell you what we'd see. We'd see a slave of righteousness.